Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ada, and here I talk about my knitting and some of the life stuff, but it's mainly about my knitting. I wanted to walk and talk today, but it's absolutely impossible because that's how the audio sounds when I'm walking. So I'm just gonna stand a little bit and talk. It's minus 15 degrees outside right now, and I am loving it. It's just dry, nice snow, and it feels lovely. The sun is so low. It's noon right now, and the sun is barely over the horizon. Of course, the sun has already turned, right? It's already past the solstice, but it's still so low, so it doesn't really go high up at midday, and it's like 11 o'clock, and it's barely even visible. It's like right now it's behind trees here. So I just wanted to start this year with a video about what I've knit in the past year, 2025. So basically enjoy the Venn diagram of my knits in 2025. I have put all the knits that I have done onto the board and try to clump them and match them as much as possible and see if there's any overlaps. What were the themes kind of what I've knit last year? Some things have been planned, but kind of before, or I have brought some whips from 2024, but at the same time some were quite spontaneous, let's say, and I think that's interesting to kind of see where I'm going with my knits. And I just want this analysis to kind of inform what I should knit in the in this year. Just a quick shout out. I'm wearing, I think this is the December Lua by Knitting for Olive. I quite like it. I have posted about it before. But this, wow. These are Highlanders wool from Poland, from where I'm from. And they look like they are crocheted. And they are, I would call them vintage because I got them from my dad for Christmas when I was a kid. And I hated them. I hated them so much. The wool is so rustic, it's so itchy, and only now am I able to be like really enjoying it. Maybe since like my 20s. But when I got them when I was like 8 or 10, it was the worst. This seems like a good spot to sit and talk. First, I think I gotta mention Fable Knitwear. I have knit 3 pieces from her patterns last year, and the first one was a test knit. It was the Noel skirt, and I've made that in predominantly 2024, but I finished it in January 2025. And as a thank you for doing that test knit, I got a pattern for Noel vest, and I knew that I wanted to make a set. I bought the yarn from her again for the vest on one of the knitting markets, and I kind of knew I wanted to make it before Christmas, and I did. So I started it in I think it's still October or beginning of November. I just wanted to give myself enough time because I knew I wanted to just kind of get it done. And that was kind of a funny way to bookend the year. Like, I started with the Noel skirt, and I finished with the same pattern kind of vest, and I finished another thing after that. But either way, it kind of it felt pretty nice to kind of finish that all together. Another Fable Knitwear knit was the Romana jumper. I think I have shown that off before. I did not use the recommended yarn, so there might be some differences there. In my opinion, it's a little short. It's a little short on my size, I think, or on my body. That's something to kind of think about in the future. And I'm making right now still. I'm still making the the owlery blouse that I started when I went back to work after maternity leave. But that I have not finished, so it has no real business being in this video. But anyway, point is, I have had on my needles 4 patterns from her. 3 are finished. And I really enjoy her writing style. I enjoy her designs. They are really lovely and feminine, and just something that I have not really made much before. That being said, I'm not exactly amazed with the fit on my body. Like right now, this is more about my body rather than her patterns, but I have a bust and a belly, and it just the designs that she makes are beautiful and look amazing on her, and don't look exactly the same on me, even in the correct size. So I just need to take that into account for any further mix. And for example, for that reason, for the owlery blouse, I have lengthened the body by about 5 centimeters because of my waist measurements. The way she makes the patterns, the tops tend to stretch a lot around my belly, and that shortens the piece. So that's just something that I need to keep in mind. That's something to think about when you're knitting a pattern from someone's library. Like, what is their body? What body are they making things for? I know that the designers and good designers tend to show off their patterns on diverse bodies. That being said, it was designed with somebody in mind, right? So we have to be a bit flexible when making someone else's patterns, right? That is the Rowena jumper. Of course, it's inspired by Rowena Ravenclaw from Harry Potter, which I'm a big fan of. And that leads me to my next finished object of last year, which was the Quidditch socks, and they are barely finished. I finished them like 2 days before the New Year's Eve, I think, and or maybe even on New Year's Eve. I don't remember, but I finished them like last second before the year ended. So that is my true last object of the year. They are also kind of in the same group as the Rowena because they are Harry Potter inspired, but they are from the magical knitting book. They are, they're funny and warm, but I will not be making them again. They have been bunching up a bit funny, right? But then once I've blocked them, basically just wash them and stretch them out a little bit and then worn them, it does flatten out. There is no issue with floats, but they don't fit very well. Just like they are just baggy, and of course I could have changed that and adjusted, but it's just gonna be can I do you see the deer? It's roe deer. I love this place. So because of the color work, I did not want to adjust anything, and they are just they're just as they are, and they would just be like around the house socks. They don't fit very well in boots. They're fine, and like I'm sure if I played around with gauge and whatever, they're just more of a funny gadget, and I'm fine with that. So that's my Harry Potter inspired wardrobe right now. It's worth noting is that the socks, these socks have inspired me to make new socks, as in to make other socks. And I have made 2 other pairs. I have discussed them before. I kind of self-drafted that pattern, and they fit very nicely. Of course, they could be a little tighter, but that's just something to adjust for next time. And I will be using those yarns again later on, because I like them. They are very lovely sock yarns. It's Fjäre from Hilsevåg and Isair sock yarn. They're amazing. So I have to continue the video here. So to look at the top diagrams, it is quite interesting to see. These are mainly things I have done for other people. So I have made a sweater for my daughter and a sweater for her friend, and I've made 2 pieces for my sister, a tank top and a skirt. With the exception of the sweater for my sister, the other 3 have been my designs, my own designs, and 2 of them are in testing now, or 3 of them actually are in testing right now, and they will be coming out as patterns. So I'm quite happy with how that went, and this is something for me to think about, that I've discussed the other things that I've knit for myself, right? And I've been happy to follow other people's patterns, but I think when I've been getting a request from someone like my sister or the mom of my daughter's friend, they've had specific requests regarding the garment, and then I, instead of looking through the patterns on Ravelry, I decided to just make it by myself, like to design it myself with the specifications that they've said and with the yarn that we've discussed. But it's really great for me to kind of see and reflect how many things I have designed, and also having other people as inspiration. It really helped me design things for their specific purposes, and I'm really happy with how that all went. So I will likely be discussing these specific designs more once the patterns are published, so I'm not gonna get too deep there. The last thing we can discuss is the Linnea Cardi. It's the cardigan that I have discussed before, how unhappy I am with it. Nevertheless, it is a finished object of last year, and it's in a heather color, which I do enjoy. And I have mentioned before that I do like that color, and I did not know where to put it in this diagram. And it just ended up as having the same color as the skirt I made for my sister. Just looking at the gauges, actually, I think I've mainly used 3.5 and 4 millimeter needles, occasionally 6.5 millimeter needles, and 3 millimeters for socks. So those are the most used ones for the projects of this year. I have also broken a couple of those. I've definitely broken my wooden 4 millimeter needle, maybe also I think another one, but I don't remember. So this is just something to think about for me, like maybe I need to get some more 4 millimeter needles for the interchangeable sets, but that's like a separate thing. For now, I think I have enough. Usually my problem is just to find them, like on which project they are. Yeah, that also just makes me reflect my full set of interchangeable needles, because I do not use the big needles so much, but as in the more than 6.5 millimeter, I rarely really use, and mainly I'm using between 3.5 and 5, I guess. That's just something always nice to learn what you prefer and what your preferences are. I don't think I'm gonna do a specific plan video for 2026, so I think I'm just going to tell you a little bit of what I'm planning to do, but I am not gonna be like, I do not have a plan for the entire year, and I do not have Make 9 or any other plans, lists, favorite projects, etc. What I can say is that I still have the owlery blouse on the needles, and I think I would like to just make a push for it and finish it. Like I have joined the sleeves, and I do just want to make it complete, because it's probably not gonna take as much time as I think it would. And I have on the needles also a top I've been knitting since the summer. It's right now I'm just going through the body and around. I am not happy with the neck fit. I am very happy with how it fits everywhere else. So I think once I have a good length on the body, I'm gonna see how much yarn I have left, how the neck looks after it's being pulled down by that weight, and I'll finish the sleeves with kind of depending on how much yarn I have left. Either I'll just do a few rounds to just kind of close them down, because they go quite big. I'll just have to see. And I think I will have to cut into the neckline and kind of stick it and redo some kind of finishing. But theoretically, I should have just maybe not continued after I knew that the neckline was not gonna go right. But the yarn was pretty cheap, and I just want to see if I can manage maybe to cut it into a shape that I like and save the neckline somehow. So those are 2 whips that I have on. The cat again. I have not cast anything on. I have not cast anything new since I finished the couple whips in December. And I've been wanting to cast something on, but I want to be very mindful. I'm currently very overwhelmed with like house stuff and work stuff, and it's just a lot of stuff, and I want to cast things on that I know are gonna be very nice for me to knit on. So I have a couple of ideas of what to cast on now, but I just need to take a moment and kind of assess what I want to prioritize. One thing that I kind of been planning on and off was to make a dress. 2 dresses for my daughters. They have birthdays coming up, and they do like the princess kind of vibes. And I have shown you this yarn I bought in Denmark. It was white with sequins. I think maybe I'll make some kind of dresses for them. I was not planning on doing it, but I think it'll be nice if they get something handmade for their birthdays. So I think I might just cast that on, and it will not be a super exact thing, because it's just gonna be like a kind of a vest dress that you put over things, so they can just wear it over any other outfit. As far as plans go for my wardrobe, I'm just really glad I have recently looked at my stash. There's a stash, a kind of organization video I've done before, and that was really nice to kind of get reacquainted with what I have. And now I have a couple of ideas of what could be used. So one thing is I still have yarn and plans to do the Jenny jacket. I have been postponing it. Maybe once I finish the owlery, I can cast that on, because I think that for a while it will have to be like a project that kind of stays home once I get acquainted with the pattern. I've also been doing some clear outs of my wardrobe, because I've had 2 kids, and most of the pants really don't fit me anymore. So I'm left with only like a couple of pairs of pants and for the winter, and I've been mainly leaning towards wearing skirts and dresses. So I think what I would like to do relatively soon is to design a skirt. I have an idea, and I have yarn, and I just want to kind of get it going. So maybe once I get started on the or finished on these dresses, I would like to start on that skirt. And in general, right now, I would like to have more knitted skirts. I have one skirt, an oil skirt, and I've been wearing it a lot, and it's really warm. I really do like it. I would like to have more of more skirt options. So I think instead of buying new pants, I'll just make some new skirts. I can't say these are knitting plans. This is a knitting direction. Mainly, I would like more skirts, and I think also my knitted wardrobe could benefit from some more knitted tops. I only have a couple knitted tops, and I think I could benefit from some more. But most importantly, my direction for this year is knitting from stash. I have absolutely enough. I have enough yarn. The only reason that I can think of to buy yarn is if I will be knitting for somebody and they will have a specific request, specific color, specific fiber, whatever it is, then I will purchase something. It's also, I guess, okay to buy a ball of yarn if it's missing to complete a project, but I think I have enough of most types of yarn to complete some kind of project. So if the planning is correct, I guess it will be fine. I have multiple sweater quantities, and if I have less, then that's probably enough to make a skirt, etc. So I really would like to prioritize knitting from stash. I say that every year. I say that every year. And this year I had a couple splurge moments, once in Hillesvåg and once in Denmark when the shop was closing. But now that I've had these two sprees, I cannot justify another purchase. I have plenty of beautiful yarns and I intend to use those. Thank you so much for listening to my reflections of 2025 and my plans for knitting in 2026. I do hope to see you again here, so please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.